Hello, this is Larry with PriceIt Software. Today we are talking with Justin over at Inkhead Graphics in Port St. Lucie, Florida. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
All right, thank you, Justin. Thank you for being part of this and to allow us taking some time out of your schedule and allowing us to ask you some questions and talk about PriceIt a little bit.
Absolutely.
So you guys have been using PriceIt for about a year now or so?
Yeah, to my knowledge, much longer than that. I think 2019, so around 4 years. At least that's every time we pull up PriceIt, it comes up with the first order that at least somebody entered in the system when they open it up in the morning.
Okay. And you guys do for services, I think I saw screen printing, direct to garment, dye sublimation, embroidery, amongst a bunch of other things.
Yep, many other things: vehicle wraps, boat wraps, PPF, you name it.
I bet boat wraps are really popular down there, right?
You bet.
Yeah,
Oh
very
yeah,
cool.
doing a 27-foot Mako as we speak.
Oh, hell yeah. They're going to let you ride in it afterward or no? Do they
I
do
wish,
that?
man. So it's I'm a veteran, and there's two other military veterans that they're doing like a fishing charter. So we're kind of excited. I do hear that I might be able to jump on the boat and do a little fishing when they're done, but we'll see.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We shall see.
Thank you for your service, by the way. What branch were you in?
Yeah. I was in the Air Force.
Air Force. All right. Well, thank you for your service, sir. And hopefully you get to ride on that boat. That'd be awesome. So yeah, we are, speaking of veteran, we're a veteran owned and operated company as well. Ronnie served in the U.S. Navy. I served in the U.S. Army. And
nice.
So we're old vets now.
Yeah.
But
Thank you guys. Yeah, me too. I got out in 2001, so I've been out for a minute.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for your service. Yeah, this is exciting. You guys have been you've been instrumental in sort of connecting the dots there at your shop. You've been putting some process into place and kind of overviewing some of the stuff that's going on there. Tell me a little bit about what you do there so the folks listening can know kind of what you do and what you're all about there.
Indeed. So I work in a managerial capacity at Inkhead. I am currently overseeing the calendar for the shop. To make sure things run smoothly and efficiently. That is really why I was brought in. So I've been here for a couple months. I come from the insurance world, 20 years of doing that, worked for the largest insurance company in the world, and then kind of ran my own operation from an executive level. And so Alan, the shop owner, and I kind of became friends over the last 2 years or so, and COVID changed my job exponentially, and we had to kind of rethink things, as many people did, and Alan told me his shop did, and many other shops around the country have. So we really just kind of came in with an overview of how things work. I'm a schedule guy. I come from a place. The insurance industry is very efficient when it comes to scheduling, especially for field guys. I was in the field for years and years, and so using some of these, and I'm sure we'll get into that, talking about some of the things that PriceIt offers as far as the follow-up calendar and the overview of the calendar, whether it be for the vinyl department or screen printing, has been instrumental for this particular company that I've been at, just because being able to just go into the computer and find it as opposed to going and looking for paperwork somewhere in the shop is very, very helpful.
It's really cool that you're doing all that, and you're able to take some of your experience from the past and sort of parlay that into what you're doing. And Inkhead, you guys have been around a long time, if I remember correctly. Alan's been at this quite a while, right?
Yes, he has. I believe it's 23 years he's been doing this, not necessarily at this location, but I think we've been here about either 8 or 9 years at this location. But yeah, he is definitely kind of blazed the trail here in the Treasure Coast.
Yeah, I see you guys do all kinds of stuff here. You got a really nice website, and you guys are doing also regular paper printing too, right? Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, we do everything from paper products, banner signs, but business cards, you name it.
Soup to nuts, man. That's great.
That is very true. Yep. I love that saying.
Soup to nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys are obviously using PriceIt software. Do you guys find yourself using this every day, or how do you use it every day, or how often do you use it?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, from start to finish. We're here Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 4:30, as far as being open to the shop. I usually get here about 8:15, and that's, I use it on a moment-to-moment basis. It's really what drives our shop, Larry.
Oh, wow.
Without it, we'd be handwriting things on paper or trying to figure out another way to get through it. I mean, I've had to train every single one of our team members, and when I say every single one, I mean every single one, to use it in different capacities.
Oh, wow. So that's great. You've been showing people you've learned it yourself, passing that on to the employees.
In the last 2.5 months, yes. Yeah.
Wow.
Never seen it before in my life, and picked it up, installed it on every machine.
I remember when you called me, you're like, yep, so I'm going to be the one. I'm like, oh, wow, he's got quite a job ahead of him. So
were you guys nervous?
No, not at all. After one conversation, I knew that you had your shit together. You know what you're doing. So I was like, hey, you know what? This is going to we actually got excited because we're like, this is someone that's going to help propel that company forward. And also, using our software and implementing it with your shop for us is a win because, the more people that use it, the more people that talk about it, the more success your company sees, the more success our company sees. So it's a win all the way around.
Indeed.
It's exciting. So, I mean, I usually I ask folks, how did you choose us over the competition? But I think PriceIt was already in place when you came to the shop, correct?
That is correct. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. It was kind of in a scenario of if it's not broke, don't fix it. When I came, and let's just keep doing what we've always done. And immediately within the first probably 3 days of being here, and I go, listen, we're chasing orders down all over the shop, and you have a program that you're already using that can be used in this capacity. Let's see what its full potential is. And then I found out we were using a very outdated version of it that we needed to upgrade. And so, as you know, the story goes, for anybody that's listening to this, they don't know, I'll put it as briefly as possible. I had to drive that for about a month to make that happen, just to kind of show, hey, all of these different little features that you and I talked about, almost 2 or 3 times a week. Hey, we'd love to use this. No, can't use it. That's on an outdated program. Oh, nope, can't use this. You have an old version. And then if we get the updated, the full bells and whistles, you can use all of these different things that I'm sure we'll talk about here momentarily.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. And some of those tools, I remember when we first started talking, like the texting and the art proof, so looking at all the different features, what is like some of your favorite features of PriceIt? And I know calendar is one of them because you said you live and breathe through the calendar,
we do,
which is awesome, and the follow-ups section that we have. So tell me a little bit about how the follow-ups work, and then how it's been helping you, and also maybe tell us about what are some of your other favorite features within PriceIt?
Yeah, certainly. So I guess I'll start. You said follow-ups. I mean, that's something that we do on a daily basis now.
Good.
In fact, I talked to our team this morning. We had a meeting because today was our Monday. It's Tuesday, but day after coming back from Memorial Day. We try to, at the start of our week, have like a full team meeting and just kind of talk about some things. And what I kind of brought up today was that we need to use the follow-up section really on a daily. I've kind of got like a full shop overview over everybody's follow-ups, but so I'm able to assign individual staff members follow-ups either based on when something is due, or maybe somebody has not been responding in a timely manner to the artist, to get an approval for artwork. So that follow-up would say, we put in the little note section, please follow up with customer via email and phone call. Or if you've already emailed, please with a phone call today to check on the status of the approval. So, at first there's a little pushback. Last week we had some. This morning, now that, I showed them how to use it, it's very, very intuitive, very user-friendly.
Oh, good.
It's as simple as just clicking schedule a call, which I normally will help them schedule it right now, at least for the next couple of weeks. And then for them to either put their notes in that say, it says something along the lines of, have called customer, and order is now approved, and then they can go in another section and price it and actually put approved or art done. And we can talk about that a little bit. The little buttons that you can select in screen printing or just for artwork. We use that screen printing, the front, back, and sides. I'll just use front. Like if it's something it's just art in the shop. If, like we had one where somebody was just doing like a logo design. We use that to show if something is either in artwork, if it's been approved, or it needs revisions. So that it's very, very helpful for us to see those color codings as opposed to going to the artist, walking to the back and going, hey, where are we at with this? Because one, it stops them with what they're doing with their job. Two, there's a breakdown of communication there. So for us to use PriceIt for that value, it's proved pretty big. I will also say that my personal favorite part of PriceIt is also my boss's favorite, owner of the shop, is the ability to get paid via
yes.
PriceIt. So being able to send the pay links via email or even text is huge. I remember the very first time we got a payment, like his eyes just about bugged out of his head. One, he was worried, did we actually get the money? Two, we got an email confirmation that it was paid. And three, we got a little button that popped up on PriceIt that says that we got paid, that now we can go in and convert from an estimate to a job. And he was flabbergasted. Like, I don't think he at first believed that we actually got paid. He went and looked at, where was it? I can't think the company that does our processing, because I think we have just about eliminated our manual credit card reader.
Cool.
We use it maybe 1% of the time now, as compared to 99% of the time.
You guys are on Pastry, right? If I remember correctly, you're using Pastry.
We're on Pastry, but also it's authorized.net is what it is.
Okay, authorized. Yeah, authorized.net. Yeah. So cool.
So we get an email from them, and we get a pop-up from PriceIt that says that we received the payment. And a lot of times the customers are really excited that they can kind of engage that way. A lot of people don't like to give out their credit card information over the phone. Plus, we're either writing it down, or we're because that's what she was doing. Our front desk lady, she was writing it down on paper and then either shredding it or having to keep it for a minute so she could add it into PriceIt. Because now that we found out that we can actually take, not only take their initial deposit, but when we're done, if we collect their card and keep it on file, we can just click that little green button that says, take their next the next payment so they can pay in full. Because we've had some folks that, hey, they got their installation, like, oh, they forgot to come in and pay after they walked away with their wrapped vehicle. And it's like, we call them, we're like, hey, we need to get your other payment. Oh, that's okay, our card's on file. Instead of going over to our terminal, now we just hit the green button and we've received the money. And it's like, it's a game changer for us, really.
Oh man, that's great to hear. So you probably find yourself saving a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of running around then with some of these features you've been talking about. I know when people are able to take payments, through the system, that it does save that headache you're talking about. Either you're writing it down or you're mistyping a number or whatever. So that's fantastic. And so receiving payments, it sounds like you're also using this for art approvals and things like that, or proofing.
That is correct. Yeah. So we've gone through and trained our artists how to just take and drag and drop. I mean, they're already pretty computer savvy folks to begin with, obviously designing art. So basically just showing them right where to go and just drag and drop right into the art proof. And then either text or email.
We've done some custom work for you in the past, or just a little bit of things, if I remember correctly. Yeah. What has your experience been with that and our flexibility?
I love it. I actually I was really surprised with the flexibility, to be quite honest with you, because our shop owner and I had talked kind of about the idea of artwork approval. We normally had just kind of either attached a PDF, or when the customer's in the shop, we would have like a pre-printed artwork approval. They'd sign it, and then it either get stuck in their file or circular filed somewhere.
Oh no!
And it was like, the customer would be like, oh, I never signed anything. They were sitting there looking for a signature. Now we literally have, when we email them the artwork, or when we send them the estimate, you guys were able to customize to where is an online terms and agreement that pops up right in front of them, and they literally have to put approve of estimate or approve of artwork, depending on where we're at in the process, in order to move forward. So it's pretty neat.
Oh man, that's cool. That's right. I remember they did that that integration that custom coding for you for that. I do remember that now. I do remember them talking about that, and I was wondering how it was working out for you guys. It's actually working out, and people are using it, and everything's okay?
It's fantastic. We're still learning some of the things. I mean, I'm sure there's some little kinks here and there, but so I went in and added all of the different terms, like for boat wrap, vehicle wrap. There's a lot of little moving parts and little idiosyncrasies to the art process, because sometimes it's just artwork. Sometimes it's, it's actually like a vehicle wrap that we have to talk about. We're putting hands on your vehicle, or we're removing certain parts. that they have to understand that, not everything goes exactly as smoothly as planned, especially when it's in an older vehicle. Just things can and will happen. We don't want them to, but people have to understand that. And so having those customized, little artwork, I'm trying to think what we call it. We call it terms and conditions. So that's there at our disposal now for those different types of jobs.
Okay. So you obviously, found us to be flexible in making those custom changes. And certainly that is something we do for our customers. We do, if it's something we can do right off the bat, it's something that makes sense for them. Then it's something we usually do, depending on how involved it is. So that's exciting that we got to work with you on that capacity and you got to sort of experience that. And I'm sure we'll be doing more in the future. So I'm excited to continue this relationship we have with your company, and every ideas that you guys come up with, if they're not something that's just good for you, we'll release it to everybody else too. So that's helping us make better software, and we'd be happy to credit you with that. So that's awesome. And that's what's really why PriceIt is the way it is today, is because customers that come up, and it usually starts with something. It usually starts off with, is there a way that PriceIt can ... And if the answer is yes, we tell them. If the answer is no, we ask, but how can it? So that's
it's not it can't do it. It's more of a forward thinking. This is what we can do for the next iteration of it.
Exactly. How can we do this instead of we can't do this? Exactly. So speaking of you guys are in Fort St. Lucie. How does the PriceIt Speedwise working for you guys down there?
Works great.
All right, great. So
it's fast.
Okay, great. I know you were at one server. I think we moved you to a closer, faster server. So I'm hoping that that paid off for you guys. We talked a lot about PriceIt and some of the things. We obviously already learned sort of like what problems does PriceIt solve for you. But if you're going to encapsulate it into just a couple of sentences, soundbite time, what problem or problems does PriceIt solve for you?
It's a one-stop shop, honestly. So we're at the point to where we use it for invoicing. We use it to create estimates. We use it to communicate with customers. At some point, we'd like to be able to use it specifically to be able to email customers. We're using an external server right now. But it works great because it integrates with our external server for emailing. So we're using it on a daily. It's solved many different things. I mean, the biggest of which is receiving money, because we can do it right through there as opposed to having to track somebody down. Scheduling, probably the biggest part of our business. Getting things in a timely fashion to a customer, whether it be for an event, or something, for their business that they need immediately, whether it be somebody came in today and said they needed something, for an inspection that was due, or was a sign. And so for us to be able to put that and look at it on a calendar as opposed to chasing down paperwork in a shop somewhere to go, oh man, we missed this by 3 days. And now the customer's sitting there, with a failed inspection. So for us, it solves so many different problems for us. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, I was just looking at your website. Do you guys have like an online store set up yet or anything like that yet? Is that something you're looking to do?
So we do, and that's actually something that we have talked about using for I believe it's Inksoft integration and the customer portal. I think those are the next iterations for us.
Oh, good.
Obviously, we're trying to kind of get some of the other little I's dotted and T's crossed before we go that direction. I know I've talked to the shop owner about trying to tackle that in the next 7 to 10 business days. That we're going to get there. I think we just want to make sure all these other processes work to our advantage.
Yeah, so you're building precept upon precept, and you're hopefully, as time goes on, these other things that you're looking to do, we can certainly be part in helping you implement the customer portal and the Inksoft integration, and help you along with that. So we do have the Inksoft integration, the customer portal, and when you guys are ready to rock with that, we'd be certainly ready to help you with that. So folks that are interested about what we're talking about, you can check out our website, PriceItSoftware.com, where we talk about the customer portal and the Inksoft integrations. Quick question. Would you recommend us to other shops?
Absolutely.
All right, Justin. Well, thank you so much for your time today. I know you're a busy guy over there, and I want to thank Alan for allowing you to take some time to talk about PriceIt software. We really do appreciate you guys.
Thank you. We appreciate your time.
All right. We'll talk to you real soon. You guys take care. Say hi to Alan for us.
We'll do it.
All right. Thanks.